And welcome to Stan's 360 World. This is the 360 Fluky channel, which is my random thoughts. And this is should you drive for Uber and Lyft? So as you might be able to see there, I have both my Uber and Lyft logos up in my windshield. And yes, they are facing the wrong way because there are two logos there. I have one facing out, one facing in. Don't ask me why, I just had an extra logo. Actually, in a later video, I can explain why. But that's more tips and tricks and hacks. So, should you drive for Uber and Lyft? The answer is that depends on you. Are you ready to drive for Uber and Lyft? So, first off, you need to understand that driving for Uber and Lyft, you are not an employee. They do not hire you. They do regulate you, but you are not an employee. So you are a contractor. Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and so many others out there, they are your vendors. So they are your suppliers. You are a business owner, and you need to do this as a business owner. Myself, I have a daytime job. I have always had a second part-time job, and that is how I run my business, is in my part-time, my free time. And that is okay with me. My earnings are based on me working a part-time business. So, first thing with owning your own business, you have to pay your own taxes. Uber, Lyft, they do not take out taxes when they pay you. And so if you are not ready to put money aside to pay taxes, this is not for you. You have to do that. That is a requirement. That is the biggest complaint people have. The next thing, is this something that you want to do? Because if you're not committed to doing this, you will get bored of it very quickly. This can be quite a boring job. Business. Okay, so for me, I grew up in this area. I know this area. I love technology. I speak the local language. These, I think, are fairly important points that if you don't speak the local language, you're going to struggle. If you don't know technology, how to use your Google Maps, how to use your Waze, whatever your mapping program is, if you don't know how to use that, you're going to struggle. And if you don't know your general area, you're going to struggle. Because there's going to be times when technology will fail you. And if I'm in the Bay Area, the San Francisco, San Jose Bay Area, if somebody says, I want to go to San Francisco, or I want to go to Santana Row, if you don't already have a general idea of where that is, while you're waiting for your technology to catch up to you, you're going to struggle. You're going to look like a fool. It's going to be a little difficult. So those are some main points that I have for you. Now, the putting money aside for taxes is very important. Understanding the technology, understanding your area, understanding the location, also important. Understanding your vehicle is important because there's a lot of things that are going to happen with your vehicle. One of these is that you are going to take a major toll on your vehicle. So if you are not ready to put your car through a torture device, because that's what this does to it, this may not be for you. You got to remember, you're going to have a lot of people in and out of your vehicle. They are going to have different concepts of what is appropriate to do in a car, spanning from sleeping from one end of the trip to the other, which is fine. That's their prerogative. Very boring for me, but people do it. All the way through putting feet on the dashboard and throwing up on the way to their destination. So there are tips and tricks for all of these, but you just have to be ready that you will be dealing with the public in your car. So in the aspect of your car, you're going to be putting on a lot of mileage. You're going to be going through your tires. You're going to be spending a lot on gas. You're going to be doing oil changes regularly, like every month, and then your interior is going to take a bit of a beating as well. Your seats, your floors, you're going to need to be cleaning your dash, your windows. Your vehicle needs to stay presentable, so car washes are going to become a regular thing if they're not already for you, and if they are already a regular thing for you, they will become more regular. So your vehicle you have to be ready for. Now, I talked about customers. You have to be ready to deal with the public. People are strange, and this is both a plus and a minus. This is one of the reasons I love driving for Uber and Lyft, because people can be so entertaining. But people can also be quite rude. They can be quite boring. They can quite often just sit there and be quiet. So if you're used to talking and listening to music while you're driving, you have to be ready to be flexible when you're driving for Uber and Lyft, because sometimes people do not want the music, and sometimes people do not want to talk. But what really makes this job is the times that people do want to talk and want to sing along with the music, and that's when this becomes a lot of fun. Now, for me, I love to drive. I love the Bay Area. I love the history of the area. I'm an amateur tour guide. My nieces joke with me when they do an impression of their Uncle Stan. Their impression is, well, on your left and on your right. And I do that while I'm driving. That's what makes me a 5-star driver. Is my rating 5 stars? No. Your rating will only be 5 stars once when you sign up. Somebody's going to give you a bad review. My actual rating is 4.98. Ooh, this is not going to be good. There is a truck stopped on the side there. Okay. So that's another thing, is you have to be ready for anything when you're driving, because you're going to be putting a lot of time in behind this wheel. And so you have to be able to trust your car and trust your own driving skills. You have to be able to talk, carry on a conversation, and pay attention to all of the dangers on the road all at the same time. If you cannot chew gum and walk at the same time, this job is probably not for you. So, I hope this has given you a few things to think about. Is this job for you? If you are ready to be a business owner that loves to drive, loves to talk to people, and loves your area, this is probably a pretty good business for you. If you do not like those things, well, there you go. There are things that you are going to need to be aware of as a business owner working with Uber and Lyft. Again, now I'm going to start using the term working with them, because you do not work for them. They will try to manipulate you, and you have to be ready for that. Now, is that illegal? Sometimes maybe yes, but that I just kind of leave that up to smarter people to take care of. But any vendor is going to try to encourage you to buy their best products, or the product that they're pushing at that point in time. And so does that make that vendor evil? No, it does not. That just makes them a business, and so don't get on them that they're going to change their pricing and stuff like that. They do. It screws with your income, but they're still your vendor. You don't have to use Uber. You don't have to use Lyft. You can use them both. You can sign up for other companies, or you can go work for a taxi cab company, or you can start your own taxi cab company. It's your own business. But the beauty of the Uber and Lyft system is the simplicity of it, and so just be ready for that. Now, I'll get into more of this in other videos, so I'm going to wrap this up with, should you drive for Uber and Lyft? Take a hard look at it. Think about it. Spend some time talking to other Uber and Lyft drivers. Do your research on these videos. I know a lot of these videos demonize and vilify Uber and Lyft. And I can't necessarily disagree with some of those statements. But at the end of the day, this is your business. And you need to run this business as a business. If you're going to whine and complain about driving and about people, this is not your business. This is you being a victim. And so don't listen to those videos where people are like, well, I had to show up every day and turn on the app, and people threw up in my car and tore up my car. Well, you know what? This is part of the business. If you are not ready for that, this is not the business for you. So there you go. That's my quick review. For me, I enjoy doing Uber and Lyft. I do not mind prepping my car and having everything ready for the negative stuff that comes with it, so in that way I can have fun with the positive stuff and make some money. So there you go. More videos to come. Keep watching. Subscribe to my Fluky channel. I have a 360 World channel and 360 Travel channel. Like I said, I'm an aspiring tour guide, so that if you're in the Bay Area or you're going to come to the Bay Area and would like to spend some time with me showing you some of the cool areas of the Bay Area, reach out to me and we can make a deal. So there you go. Have a great day. Keep exploring your world and keep smiling.